Welcome back everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore and this is Dark Souls 3. So we have our plus 10 Gargoyle Flame Spear and I'm quite pleased with that. Right now we are not embered, so this is as good a time as any to go back to Aerithal and deal with all that nonsense. I mean, that is always an option for these areas that are required but have invaders, is you of course go, you know, unembered or hollowed or whatever, but I don't know. I think one of the criticisms I gave earlier was that the guy that was trying to lure me towards enemies. But to be honest, when I was doing when I was part of the Aldrich faction and invading here, I would actually wait up in those right up there with the what do you call them? The Silver Knights archers, which is pretty much the biggest dick move you could possibly do in this area. But we'll go more into that as we progress. Unfortunately, I don't know how much... Well, I want to go ahead and show off everything, so I will be going back down the middle here, which means I need to take out the freaking fireball guys up there. So that's going to be a little bit tedious. Also, I don't think I ever went to the second floor of Pontiff Sullivan's room, so we need to do that as well. Pretty much the safest way to do that that part we did is of course just to run through everything. As long as you take the long path, it's relatively easy. All you have to do is just remember the roll every once in a while to avoid the giant arrows, because those arrows will knock you off the edge. I know this because it happened to Sakia when I went through this area. Anyway, here's a sort of a shortcut, not really. And we can actually go around this way. There are 2 items you can get over here. Both of them don't really matter that much, at least in the case of our character. Ooh, hello. Ooh, one shot. Simple gem. So now we have a spare if we ever want to change something else into a simple infusion. That was something I didn't really consider when I initially saw the infusion, so I was like, why would I ever get blessed or simple? But I never really considered using it as an offhand weapon that just gives you regeneration. It's an interesting idea. I generally don't like having offhanded weapons though, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Ready? I used up my last bit of stamina accidentally. As you do your Ryukin spin kick. Nice damage. And over here you can get a golden ritual spear. It's called a spear, but I don't... Is it really a spear? Is it classified as one? It is classified as one, but this thing can act as a staff for casting sorceries, and it actually has the steady chant weapon skill, which of course boosts sorceries. We're not a sorcerer, so we're not going to use it. But it does, I guess I should take a better look at it. It does do magic damage as well, and it has a faith requirement and an intelligence requirement. It's pretty hefty as far as the requirements are. Alright, that's pretty much it for that front. So all we got left is all this nonsense over here. The fireballs do home in a little bit, as you probably just saw. Oh, I can one-shot that guy. That's great. I do like how he falls over if you hit him 3 times. But it doesn't really feel right, I guess you can say. That's my only issue with it. There's a shortcut door there, which we skipped completely over. Also, I think I don't know who, I think it was one of the invaders. I don't know which one it was, but one of the invaders already, I think, revealed one of my secret rooms. I didn't even know they can do that, because I did notice the secret room showing when we ran the entire length of the dungeon, or well, the entire area here. Which just shows how small these areas are. Like, literally this entire area is you go across here, go up there, go across there, go around, and take the elevator. The fancy elevator. Really small. The two NPCs do not respawn, so we don't have to worry about that. There is a bonfire and a shortcut. So yes, this short area has a bonfire and a shortcut. The shortcut there's literally almost no use for at all, because the only locations you can... In fact, going to get the shortcut takes more time than to actual finish the level, so it is what it is. Anyway, I believe I pointed out that some of these giants do get up. The one invader was trying to get me past that. Wow, 5 hits, not bad. That was actually faster than how quickly Sakia kills them with a straight sword. Of course, Sakia can also make them stagger, but still. Oh, there's the stagger. 5 hits, not bad. I'm pretty sure there were some items over here, but I think I grabbed them. Yes, I did. Because that aggroed the NPCs, and then I had to deal with the NPCs and the invader. We did everything over there, so we're good. Okay, so next is the hidden bonfire, along with some annoyances. Also, I should be... Well, actually, I will stick with the black fire orb for now. Whatever. Alright, so, yes, it's an illusion. This one's actually worth pointing out. This one's not too bad of a shortcut, because up above is the freaking narrow paths where you can get knocked over very easily, so just starting from here is kind of convenient. But not really, because I'll show you in a second. We'll just say, objects, illusion ahead. There we go. Anyway, boop. So yeah, there's this, and the main reason why it's not very convenient is because of this ladder here. You have to climb up it every time, which takes time. So you're almost better off just running and rolling past all the fireballs. Now these guys don't respawn, so that's a thankful thing, but there's right now no bonfire. You don't get the bonfire until you clear out both beasts that are in here. Alright, let's see if we can pull this off. So pull one at a time. There we go. See if I can handle this thing. Now he's gonna charge like so. They definitely attack really quickly. And their freaking overhead can make my lock-on drop. It does look like they toned down the side attack. I don't know when they did that, but it feels like they did. It used to be that bite attack. I hit with electricity, that's fine. It used to be that bite, it would be bite and then bite immediately. So a lot of times I would dodge to the side and then get hit with the second bite. But it looks like they spread them out to actually show 2 telegraphed rear backs. So, sorry, that's probably weird. So when they bite to the side, it used to be bite, bite. And this time it's bite, and then he draws back and does another bite. So it's actually possible to dodge both of them. Usually it's not. I definitely don't like those double strike type things, where if you dodge one, the other one immediately hits you. So, but, not too bad of a fight. It really feels like they've toned down this monster, which I'm very glad, because this monster is ridiculous, because it's practically a bloodborne enemy. Unfortunately, the breaking of lock-on is not that great. Oh. Wow, that was a big chomp. Drink. Also, again. What are you doing? Okay, I don't even know what hit me. I touched his arm and I took damage. There's that. Luckily I dodged both. Oh my god. The other annoying part is his body just taking footsteps causes damage and makes me flinch. But luckily we pulled that off. Bonfire spawns, we can now rest here. And over here is the deep gem. Also that ring we got is the Ring of Favor. It increases HP, stamina, and equip load. It gives you about plus 3% HP. It gives a little bit more stamina. I mean, I'm getting 8 it looks like from there. And you get about 2.7 equip load at 55. So it sounds neat, but honestly the benefit it gives you is it's just so low. I would not spend a ring slot for this unless you really need that extra 8 points of stamina. I mean, that's probably the only good thing on this ring. 30 HP? No, that's practically nothing. Well, actually, it is nothing in this game because everything hits so hard. So, and there's also a big fat guy over there. Let's go talk to him real quick. And by talk, I mean pray and get our freaking covenant. So that's Archdeacon McDonald, or McDonnell, how we should pronounce it. So this is another Elders of the Faithful. It's another Defender covenant, and it's for this particular area. So if you have this equipped, you can invade. You'll auto invade people's areas. When did I get this Undead Bone Shard? I don't even remember when I got this. Oh well. But let's see. That's Bound Makers, Altars of the Faithful, the holy symbol of the Cathedral of the Deep, and crest of those who see beyond fire to the age of deep waters. Equipped to pledge oneself to the Eldritch Faithful Covenant. The Faithful ensure that Eldritch, Devourer of Gods, remains undisturbed by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the ruined cathedral. And that's pretty much all you get. I haven't really gone too deep in Covenants. I mean, I did the Sunlight one, and that's about it. Essentially, it looks like every single Covenant except for one, you actually talk to somebody. Everyone else, it's like a corpse or just someone that you just don't interact with. Which is... I mean, I guess I don't really know how to think of that. I mean, one Covenant that wasn't exactly the best mechanically was the Rat King Covenant or whatever it was in Dark Souls 2. But one thing I really liked about the Rat King Covenant was the fact that you would, as you progress through the ranks, by turning in rat tails and all that, it was you can talk to them more and learn more about the history of well, essentially the supposed agreement between rats and humans, which was really kind of interesting. But I don't think there's really anything like that here. There might be one for the Dark Moon Covenant, but I can't. It's really hard to rank up in the Dark Moon Covenant because I can't ever get connected. So over here, Large Titanite Shard, we kind of missed that on the way there. So I'll take this a little bit slower. Yeah, that guy over there is going to immediately shoot arrows at you. If you get hit, you'll probably fall over. There's a knight right there. You can generally ignore him, but I usually try to fight him anyway, because I'm an idiot. You can generally make him glitch out and fall on his own, to be honest. But I got him. Titanite Shards. And then we run up. There's an item below, but we can get that. There's an easier way to get that. This thing has good reach. Notice that the guy literally poised through everything. I think that's the biggest issue I have with the poise system, is because it's not consistent. Apparently the knights just... It feels like the knights actually have Dark Souls 1 and 2 poise, while everyone else is stuck with Dark Souls 3 poise. Because the fact he's not flinching from attacks, by the way, this is Easterner's Ashes, means that it's poise as it once was. Because the way it works now is, if you're standing still and you take a hit, you're supposed to flinch. But they don't, which means they have regular poise. Anyway, Easterner's Ashes. Umbral ash of an armor merchant from an eastern land. Surely the handmaiden of Firelink Shrine can turn this into a few things. The merchant, the captain of a clan of hunters, was fascinated with weaponry. Again, references to a bunch of other areas in the world, but we never see them or go there, so we get to see people that are from there, and they seem to be interesting, but don't get anything else. So that time I flinched on the second hit, but that night before I hit him 3 times and he didn't flinch. Silver Knight armor. Hey, we're getting lucky with the drops. Down here, this is an alternate route you can take. You can actually take the route here if you want to. Both cases they're kind of risky because then the archer that's over there would shoot at you instead. So I don't know. We can drop down there. There's actually an item over there, but we'll get it in a second. For right now, let's just keep going. Also, thinking about how far we've progressed so far in like the main story, there's actually there's another plot event thing to complain about, which I will hopefully do either this part or next part. Definitely like the spear. It has really good reach. Okay, just step forward, make him aggro, draw him up. Alright. 3 swings, good. 3 heavy swings. A heavy hit he just ignored. He auto-turned while swinging. And there we go. Wow, I think I almost got the entire knight set. Or silver knight set. There is a black knight set as well. How's that look? Silver knight? Oh man, it's pretty heavy though. Looks nice. I'll stick with dancer though. Alright. In any case, then we got this archer here. Generally the guys with shields and spears are generally a little bit more dangerous, but kind of used to them now. Over here... Sorry, I blew into the mic a little. Alright. So over here... our Stein Knight. And we can keep going down here and get the shortcut. The only use for this shortcut is to get one item a little bit quick, recover from getting one item a little bit quicker. That's really all there is to it. At least we got a lot of souls out of this. It's enough for a single level up now. I'll still work on intelligence and faith until I get 30 and 30, and then from there, I don't know. I could technically start working on strength and get a little bit extra out of my spear here. But yeah, we can drop down here. You can drop down there if you really want to, but there's really no reason to. The only spot that really matters is right here. Dragon Slayer Great Bow and some arrows. And that's about it. Okay, so 2 more things we needed to do here. One's annoy you guys. I do like how they kind of like mumble and stuff. Like chanting or something. That's kind of nice. But they're essentially a boss that have now become a regular enemy. Alright. But yeah, that's all the shortcut is let you go up here. Which, I mean, the only reason you would come back here is if you miss something. Which you probably would have if you're not using a walkthrough. Of course, if you're not using a walkthrough, you probably wouldn't know about this anyway. So, There should have been a wall here, but it looks like one of the invaders popped this illusion for me. It was like a big statue. Essentially, anyone that's familiar with Dark Souls 1 would know about this secret because it's the exact same secret from Anor Londo. And it leads down to it would have been a boss fight down this long, super long corridor, though this time it's a lot shorter. But here it's just literally if you've done none of the quest line for getting your spouse and all that nonsense, this place would just have essentially just 2 items. But since we did do the stuff with the spouse, we can get a bit more out of it.
Welcome, our gracious lord. Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. Please, take the sword of avowal. May you be the truest lord of Londo yet.
Okay. Now this lady, I guess I'm assuming this is a lady. She was actually hiding. She would have been a statue in that one manor cathedral thing that we were at, where we saw Henri for the last time. This is the person that was hiding. If you would have stabbed that statue, it would have revealed this person. And she would have said like one thing of dialogue if you talked to her, and then you could have killed her for the chameleon spell.
Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. May you...
Okay, you're just repeating yourself. Got it. Oh, and just before we... It's a key item. Right of Wedlock gives birth to a true Hollow Lord. Ceremonial Sword of Londo cannot be equipped as a weapon. It is said that a Right of Wedlock will presage a true Hollow Lord. Your spouse's name is Henri, who patiently awaits a rightful lord deep within the mausoleum. That's the brass set, which is an armor set that a character in Dark Souls 1 wore. I think it was like a Firekeeper type character. In fact, I think she wore it to cover up how much the dark has kind of, or her humanity is eaten away at her or some nonsense. Anyway, there's a chest back here. It has a ring called the reversal ring. What it does is it changes all your gestures to the opposite gender. So you'll still be the same gender, but your movements will be more of a, will be based off a male animation model. Also, equipping that ring reverses the gender of Henri, but that doesn't really matter now. And there's nothing on that side, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, here's Henri. Yep. What's left of him. Alright, here goes. And you get 3 dark sigils, which means we now have 8. And that's pretty much it. It's a nice cutscene, but, like, I don't have really any attachment to Henri, and we never even got to speak to Henri about this whole wedlock thing. I mean, it's quite possible he didn't agree to it, but we don't know. Even in Dark Souls standards, this scene was super kind of vague, I feel. But yeah, I don't feel anything for the character, so I'm like, okay, I'm doing this for an ending almost. Anyway, she's now dead, and you can get the chameleon spell from that way. So now you can change into random objects or whatever. Okay, what do we still need to do? Actually, we need to go get the other covenant. Now, assuming you've done Sirius's quest line to a certain point and got her emote for the Dark Moons, you can join a covenant close by. So here it is. So yeah, this is invisible pathway. It is a bit freaky because I don't know how wide this is, but as long as you just go straight, then you can just... Oh, it was almost a little too off. You can light a bonfire here so you can come back here a lot more easily. And you can go speak to this person, who is apparently part dragon. Which makes you think of a certain part dragon character in Dark Souls 1, because, you know, there's not enough references to that game.
Name thyself, stranger. I am Yorshka, captain of the Dark Moon Knights. What beckoned thee to such a place? Thou thinkst too. Very well. Captain to this knightless company I remain. I will grant thee purpose. Thou'st journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I place thee under the aegis and the power of the Dark Moon. Thou art now a blade of the Dark Moon, the only knight of our company. Swear this oath and face thy solemn duty.
There you go. And we're now part of the... We can now join the Blade of the Dark Moon Covenant. I don't know why she said that we're the only knight, because I'm pretty sure Sirius is technically a Blade of the Dark Moon, but whatever. And, silver pendant depicting the Dark Moon in a sword. The crest of the Dark Moon Knights. The original Blue Sentinels. Okay, that's different. When a member of the Way of the Blue faces a dark spirit, the Blades of the Dark Moon by an ancient accord help to root out the invaders. Summoning takes place automatically when equipped. We did have one person that was a Blade of the Dark Moon try to join in on a invasion, but of course I killed the invader before they can even join us. But yeah, this is exactly the same as the Blue Sentinels. I didn't realize they were the original Blue Sentinels. I don't really know what I think about that. But yeah, in the sense that they're both the same covenants. In fact, the benefits that you get for doing the Blue Sentinel stuff is what you turn in for the Blade of the Dark Moon. So essentially, Blue Sentinels is just a way to get early covenant items for the Blade of the Dark Moon, which is very similar to how the Warriors of Sunlight works, where you can get it very soon and get start collecting items for it, but you don't get to actually turn them in until much later. Which makes me wonder why there's Blue Sentinels at all, because, I mean, with Warriors of Sunlight, you just get the Covenant really early, so why couldn't they just do Blade of the Dark Moon early instead of it? I mean, the only reason I would see that you have Blue Sentinels here is because it was in a previous game, as well as the Blade of the Dark Moon, so, yeah. It's kind of just there. I mean, Blue Sentinels is from Dark Souls 2. I don't know if it was in 1. Blade of the Dark Moon is from Dark Souls 1. It was definitely not in 2. So, and they both do functionally the same thing. So, it's redundant. So, essentially, I believe in Dark Souls 1 and 2, there were 8 or 9 covenants. And in this game, there are essentially 7. Because 2 of them are the same. Yeah, there was 9 covenants in Dark Souls 1 and 2, and there's technically 8 in this one, but Way of the Blue has no rewards, Blue Sentinels have no rewards, and Blade of the Dark Moon is the same as Blue Sentinels. So, out of the ones you can actually grind, there are only 6. So, We will be conducting server maintenance from Please log out of the game server. Go to hell. I was recording. Well, I'm actually just about out of time. I was actually going to go ahead and, do some more quest line stuff, but apparently there's going to be server maintenance. So, alright. Well, I guess I'll be calling it for now. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Dark Souls 3. See you guys later.